All right, so this is Matt Boyce, and I'm taking a look at a website today called Conjugamos, and I chose this site for a couple of reasons. One, I just found it really visually appealing and really handy. I found it kind of by accident, as it's not in my area of expertise, and that was another reason why I chose this site is because it wasn't something that is in my concentration, and I thought just would expand my knowledge and get me thinking about, how would I teach, special education in a classroom environment that's not my forte, which is I'm going to be an English teacher, and this is a foreign language app. So we're going to take a look at this, and this can, of course, be accessed, on the web through, iPad, Chromebook, or other type of web device. So I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and get logged in here. Now there's two different types of accounts. There is a standard free account, and there's also a paid version that removes some of the limitations of the free account. And as you can see, the website is fairly well done and visually appealing, even on the teacher end here, which I'm in my teacher account, and I've kind of played around with this a little bit and gone in, added some names to my default class, and created a couple of activities, as you can see here. So that's what I'd like to start with. We can go ahead and take a look at how to create an activity. But first, we can take a look at this top bar up here. We have, of course, grades, which we don't have any in here yet because no one's actually taken the assessments, but we have roster. And if we click on that, we can go in here, and as you can see, I have a default class folder, and I've added some names in here just for example purposes from our cohort. You can add class, add students, you can print your roster, or any number of other options here. So a nice little set of tools for educators. So we'll go back to our activities, and you see that we have, our active activities, our active quizzes, and archive. So if we have something that's maybe from a previous year or something of that nature, we can go ahead and take a look at those. Now, if we go over here and we'll click Add Activity, and I'm a French speaker, so I'll go ahead and select that, and we'll just do some basic vocabulary, and we're going to create new, and we can just name this people, and you can add instructions for students. You don't have to, but nice little option there. We'll go with our default class. Now, if we go ahead and type in some words in English, like, for example, man, that would be homme in French. We can do woman, which would be femme. Boy, it's garçon. And girl is fille. And you can add more, of course. You don't. There's a minimum of 4 and that, but this is a pretty quick and easy little activity for vocabulary. We'll go ahead and hit continue. And you can make this either a public assessment or a public activity or not, and you can add it to a folder if you want to, categorize things. Maybe you have particular sections that this is for. You can go ahead and add it to a folder. I have not created a folder, but for all intents and purposes, you can do that if you so desire. And there it'll appear in our list. Now, if we click on it, we should be able to go ahead and take that. Oh, we have an error there. I do apologize. Not really sure why that happened. I'm just going to move the recorder out of the way, and we'll hit that back button. See if we can't get out of here. Oh, maybe that's why. There we go. So, not really sure why that occurred. Let me try one of my other ones here and see We're still getting a database error. I apologize for that. I'm not really sure. The website must be experiencing some issues. So if we go ahead and go up, there's some other options that we can tinker around with. We can send messages to our students through here. We can also take a look at what our students see. And once again, getting that database error. So unfortunately, I wanted to show what this looked like from the student point of view. So let me go ahead and I'm going to get out of my account and try to go home here. I wonder if we accept these cookies, maybe if that will change anything for us. No, still getting a database error. So I'm going to go ahead and try and go to our home screen. Oh, this is maybe the home screen. So this is interesting. Let's go ahead and see if there's any way I can log out, and we'll see if we can't view an activity from the other side. Bear with me just one moment. All right, just to pick up from where we left off there, I was able to take a look at some activities that were not created by me, but as you can see, this website really looks great. I think for students it's really appealing, and we can choose some flashcards or even games on here. They do have some more graphical games, but for our purposes here, we'll just go ahead and do a graded practice. And obviously, this ties directly to our goal of assessment. We want to take a look at what our students know or don't know. And, we can go ahead and take these assessments. Now, that being said, you can practice a number of different languages here. Obviously, most high schools are going to make use of the French or German. Now, once you enter in your answer and you hit check answer, it'll tell you whether you are correct or not. And if you misspell a word, as I've done purposely there, the correct answer is toi. That's a silent, of course. It automatically gives you some feedback. So I like that it automatically gives you feedback. You can turn the sound off and things of that nature. Maybe I think it kind of gives the students some incentive to give it right, though. I don't think anyone likes hearing the little noises, but that's just me. So I'm glad at least I got to show off the graphical portion of this. Now, with a free account, you can have each student record up to 25 grades per month, and you can have it take a look at that. So it is a bit more of a, it can be both formative and summative, because you have the exercises, which can be formative, and it gives you real stats to look at and see whether that, can be where they need the most help. And then you can also have it be a summative assessment. You can actually, you could have them take their tests through this app and receive all those grades back instantly, with the app doing the majority of the work for you. So that's kind of the crux of this application here. I really enjoy it. I think it can be differentiated. I do believe that there is an option to have the yes, looks like, oh, pardon me, maybe I am incorrect on that. I'll have to, sorry, this threw me off a little bit. With it not working, it kind of gave me a little confusion on how to get access some of the options. However, There are some great tutorials in here, and obviously, is the site effective? Performance-wise, obviously, today we ran into some issues. I was not expecting that, nor have I run into that before, but I think it works pretty well. In most other contexts, I think it's visually appealing, and I think that it really is useful to assess what your students know and their comprehension, and that they have, we've focused on vocabulary here, but they have a lot of verbs, grammar, options here, and just a lot of great tools for the foreign language educators. So I would really enjoy using this in my classroom, because I think the tools, again, when working properly, are really effective. So I apologize about the technical difficulties, and I hope that this was informative.